Alright, Shalom, Akim, Shalom, Shalom. Before I start this video, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahweh Shai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahweh Shai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahweh Shai, Barakata Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Alright, I'd also like to give double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth and we're well. And I'd also like to give a sincere salutations out there unto Akim, unto the Akim that are out there teaching this word in sincerity and in faith. All right, to you, I say shalom. I'd also like to give a sincere shalom to the whole elect of the nation of Israel, you sincere Akim, Akwath, that watch our videos. All right, the name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, who the regularly calls Yahweh or Jehovah. His name means he exists. All right, he's the existing one, the Ancient of Days, the Holy One of Israel. And the name of his only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus the Christ. His name is Yahweh Shai. All right, and his name means he to save, he to deliver. All right, when you call upon your power, you must say Yahweh, Ba Hashem in the name, Ba in Ha the Shum name, Yahweh Shai. Because scriptures state in John 14:6 that Yahweh Shai is the way, the truth, and the life, and that no man may come unto the Father but through him. In today's lesson, we're going to be going into how famine is coming. It's quote unquote hell on earth, man. Okay, we're going to watch two videos from him before we get into the scriptures. All right, this is just the first one.
This is Dabu7. David Beasley making comments now about world hunger. He is the World Food Program Director, and he's saying that from what they see in these projections, it's going to be worse than we've ever seen here right around the corner, going into this fall and into next spring. We've looked at the situation in the United States, we've looked at it in China, across Europe, and then of course tied back into everything going on in Ukraine, where they're holding up supplies big time, not only those that are coming out of Ukraine, but that pass through Ukraine and that pass through the waterways that are littered with mines at this moment. Now, in terms of Ukraine, 9% of the world's wheat, 16% of the world's maize, and 42% of its sunflower oil come from this region. Now, they say that in terms of chronic hunger, it has grown from 650 million to 810 million over the past 5 years alone. Then they go on to talk about what they call shock hunger. And this is where people do not know where their next meal is going to come from. They're saying that has ballooned from 80 million.
And that's spiritual, man. You should know where your next meal is gonna come from, because only the elect, the 144,000 and the remnant 1/3 are gonna know where their food coming from. The believers, the body of Yahweh Shai. Okay, only they're gonna know where their food is coming from and how they're gonna survive, because they're gonna have faith in the Lord that they're gonna be fed, man. So they're gonna be fed. My servants shall eat, and ye shall starve. My servants shall drink, and ye shall be thirsty. Roughly paraphrase. We're gonna grab that, but yeah, that's the truth, man. A lot of people are gonna die of famine. Those that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy, pursuant to 2 Esdras.
To 325 million over the same period of time. That's how quickly things are going down the tube. Again, when we look here at this country with none of the crops being planted, wondering what is the fall going to look like when they're putting all these restrictions on imports and things of that nature, well, people could find themselves in food lines come this time next year, depending on how hard the global establishment pushes this and how hard the people fight back. Hopefully you're out there growing on your own and finding some way to self-sustain in terms of what's coming. Join me on the live streams where I break that down further, censorship free. You'll find links down below, and hit that subscribe button for more. It's been Dabu7.
Okay, so as you can see, 800 million people are about to freaking starve to death, man. And that's biblical prophecy, that these people are going to starve like that. Okay, where was this? This other video. Hold on. Here we go.
Did you know that 30% of people learn better by listening rather than reading?
Get smarter in 50.
This is Dabu7. Another heads up to what's happening on the West Coast, and this is about to affect a ton of people, millions of people. The surface of Lake Mead, which is North America's largest artificial reservoir, now stands at 1,044 feet above sea level.
Ooh, that's bad, bro. Yeah, Bashim Yosha is bad, bro. Because ultimately only the 144, okay, you know, the elect, the believers, they're the only ones that's gonna be having water out here in these last days, bro. That's why it's saying it's gonna affect millions of people out here, because millions of people are finna starve and be dehydrated. They gonna starve to death, dehydrate to death. They ain't gonna have no food or water for real. Scriptures say that famine is sent as a scourge for amendment, okay? And that word amendment is punishment. Famine is sent as a remedy for your punishment, man. Because you weren't hearkening unto his words, man. The Lord don't want to do this to y'all. He don't want to do this to his people, but he has to. Y'all forcing his hand, okay? That's just mad spiritual. Because only the 144 are going to have water out here in these last days.
It's dropping fast. If Lake Mead's water level falls another 149 feet, it will hit a dangerous level known as dead pool, and it could really wreak havoc across the southwest of the United States. It looks like it's going to, for the way that we're headed. Since the beginning of March, Lake Mead has dropped about 23 feet. And compared with the 5-year trend, the reservoir's water levels are well below the average, and they are at the lowest point since the lake was filled nearly a century ago. To see an illustration here on just how fast it's going down, there's one boat that's sticking up out of the water in Lake Mead that is a good reference, and this was from May 22nd to June 14th. It was exposed to here recently, June 19th. YouTube channel Sin City's been out there giving it good coverage and keeping track of everything that's going on, all the barrels they're finding, the boats, and the water level dropping quick. They predicted that within the next couple weeks, people will not even be able to put their boats into some of the lakes that are up there. You have Lake Powell, Lake Mead, both getting decimated at this point. Now, if Lake Mead keeps dropping, if it hits the danger zone of 895 feet, this is the point where water would no longer pass through Hoover Dam to supply California, Arizona, and Mexico with electricity and water.
And if it's crazy, you know, this is all, it's all by design, because Esau Edom has been warned about rolling blackouts and power outages throughout this summer and the rest of the year since freaking March, April, May. So the fact that they're saying that he's saying this now, if it hits that level, man, it's gonna hit that level, so that these power outages can come, and ultimately the power just goes down and the grid gives up, and everything, all hell breaks loose, Lord willing, okay, and they have to bring in that great reset through order out of chaos, man. Because that's what Esau's planning, Agenda 2030. He's on the move. He already did Agenda 2020,
It can consider Deadpool. If it cannot generate electricity or produce any water, it is virtually dead. And that's why they say Deadpool. So it's coming down fast. A lot of these water regions drying up. Some may never be seen again. Absolutely crazy, as most people just turn a cheek. But that's going to be to their own demise here soon. Better have a plan if you're out west in terms of getting water. Been warning about it for a long time. And it looks like someone is steering this in a certain direction. Join me on the live streams where I talk about this further, censorship free. You'll find links below. Hit that subscribe button for more. It's been Dabu7. Much love, y'all.
All right, man. So let's grab these scripts. You know what time it is. Trying to go into these precepts. The hell? Because see, Esau, Edom, this is all by design, man. You know, ultimately, it's the will of the Lord that He's putting in Esau, Edom's mind, but He wants these things to happen. So in the Micah 2:1, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. Right, man? He's doing all this scheming, this planning, these World Economic Forums and these summits, these G2 global summits and all this stuff because he's planning and devising iniquity to take everything from you. You know, he wants to take everything from you so that you own nothing and be happy and give you universal income. Okay, it's everything that he's doing is the will of the Lord, because why? Proverbs 21:1, the king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. Every way of a man is right in his own eyes. Esau Edom thinks what he's doing is right. He thinks what he's doing is the way to go. Okay, you know, which the wicked are estranged as soon as they go from the room, speaking lies, pursuant to Psalms 58 chapter. But, you know, continuing on verse 2 of Proverbs, but Yahweh Bashem Yahushai pondereth the hearts. Okay, and these people are going to be in for a surprise, man, because we've been prophesying about this for years, man. Jeremiah 28:8, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries, and right now we're prophesying against Babylon the Great, and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. The prophet which prophesied of peace, you know, T.D. Jakes, Steve Harvey, Geno Jennings, you know, your typical Christian pastor. When the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai hath truly sent him. Okay? So now we're going to jump to 2nd Esdras 6:22, and we're not going to make this lesson too long. Okay, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouse shall suddenly be found empty, which is going into what? That global famine, going into that water shortage. Okay, because if there's not going to be enough water to pass through, they're not going to be bringing in any new water for us to drink. So we run out, we out, and we're not going to be able to power our equipment, our electricity, as the video is saying. Verse 23, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, right? Because you're hungry. You know, when you haven't ate in 2, 3, 4 days, man, you're not gonna know how to act. And it's like in that quote unquote friend that you had, you see him, he got some food, he grabbing, he eating, you're gonna be jealous, you're gonna be angry. You're gonna plot against him, covet against him, man. That's what the law says. Love Yahweh Bashem Yahushai with all your heart, and love your neighbor as your brother, which is, you know, going into your nation. Okay, love the Israelites. Okay, because you're an Israelite, you gotta love your fellow tribe. Okay, your fellow nation as yourself. You'll have fulfilled the law. Okay, but see, in this time, man, our people is wicked. They're evil. They're not gonna be doing that. So, you know, that friend that you might see every so now and then, you hang out with them, you know. And I'm just speaking as, like, say you're a person in the world, you know, you smoke with them, play basketball with them, you know, just do nigga shit with them. You know, thought y'all was cool, you know, get drunk with each other, do fun stuff together every so now and then. And that day, y'all gonna be fighting one against another like enemies. Verse 24, and the earth shall stand in fear, and those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. But whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation and the end of your world. The end of whose world? Esau, Edom's world. It's like Esdras 15:5. Behold, saith Adawan, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Why? For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Man, it's It's June, man. Quote unquote Pride Month. And the scriptures say that pride goeth before destruction and an haughty spirit before a heavy fall, man. What are you? These people are proud to be sodomized. These people are proud to be gay. Proud to be out here doing wickedness, man. And that's why everything out here is going to happen. These people are proud to be committing adultery, sodomy, regular fornication, as well as spiritual fornication, murder, theft, blasphemy, you know. But the scriptures warned us about these times, man. Oh, Slakia. 2 Timothy, the 3rd chapter. There's no also in the last days, perilous times shall come. Jacob's trouble ain't gonna be no cakewalk. It ain't gonna be easy. These last days isn't just gonna be something the elect is just gonna skate by. Nah. If the righteous shall scarcely be saved, where shall the sinner and the ungodly appear? You know? So 2 Timothy 3:1, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of the Most High. Right, man? These people, you can use the lovers of pleasures more than lovers of the Most High to some of these Israelite camps, man, because some of these camps would rather they are here teaching that you can have sex on the Shabbat because they can't give one day to the Lord, man. They can't be holy before the Lord and be clean, have a day of rest, do no work, just pray, study, and do and be holy before the Lord. No, they gotta have some type of pleasure from their woman. They gotta cook, they gotta do all these things 7 days a week, man. They can't give the Lord not one day, man, because they're lovers of pleasures more than lovers of the Most High. Modern day scribes and Pharisees, man. Verse 5, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, from such turn away. Okay? So this the times that we're in, man. It's perilous times coming, This is the beginning. It's like Ezra 16 and 17, the beginning, man. So Ezra 16 and 17, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, okay? That 800 million number is going to turn to 1 billion, to 2 billion, to 3 billion, to however many billion except the 144 and the remnant, okay? Continuing on verse 18, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Right. All these scriptures on famine, and people think that what we're saying is a damn joke. Verse 19, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy, but not the elect, man. You see, we're going to be good. We're going to be taken care of, and we're going to grab some scriptures to prove that. Jeremiah 15 and 11, Yahweh Shai said, verily it shall be well with thy remnant. Verily I will cause the enemy to entreat thee well in the time of evil, in the time of affliction. My servants. Okay, where is that? It's in Isaiah. Yep. I'm going to start from Isaiah 65 and 11. But ye are they that forsake Yahweh Shai, that forget my holy mountain, which is Israel, Zion, the Israelites, Yasha'ara, he prince of the power. Continuing on verse 11, that prepare a table for that troop, and that furnish the drink offering unto that number. Therefore will I number you, to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter, because when I called, ye did not answer, and when I spake, ye did not hear. And how does Yahweh Shem Yahshai speak? Through the mouth of his prophets. Man, and y'all walk past us, and y'all scoff, and y'all laugh, and y'all mock, y'all come on our videos, y'all scoff, and y'all laugh, and y'all mock, and you just cause hell, and you just damn demons. That's why Yahweh Shem Yahshai has to kill 2/3 of our people. 2/3 of our people shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein, pursuant to Zechariah the 13th chapter. Continuing on to verse 12, because when I called, ye did not answer, and when I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes, and did not choose that wherein I delighted not. Therefore, thus saith Ha'adawan Yahweh Shem Yahushai, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. And ye shall leave your name for the curse unto my children, for Adawan Yahweh Shem Yahushai shall slay thee, and call his servants by another name. Okay? So that's how it's gonna be, man. You people are gonna be out here starving to death. You're gonna be thirsty to death, but we're gonna be out here eating and drinking and rejoicing. So with that, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. And until next time, I say Shalom.